So earlier this week, we got a new trailer for The Last of Us 2. We saw more about the story and small gameplay clips. Well, now there has been media that has been able to play the game for a little while, and we'll have a lot more information on The Last of Us Part 2. Plus, there is a major feature that is being left out of this game. So a lot of people got to play a hands-on demo, and they got to go through the beginning part of the game and learn about the story and the surrounding area that you will be in when you're playing as Ellie. So you're going to be playing in Jackson, Wyoming, and you're Ellie, and in your daily life, you're pretty much just going around and scavenging for goods for your survival, and you're checking out if there's anything dangerous or any other survivors around. We obviously saw that there's going to be a lot of fighting, a lot of gore in the game, and just a lot of detail of how you attack people and the attacks that you do, and the stuff that happens to them is going to be pretty crazy. So a lot of people who have played it are describing that there's a ton of detail in this game, and taking out enemies really kind of weighs on your conscience in the sense that you're not just killing an AI enemy who has no connection to the world around you. When you take out these enemies, you'll hear screaming, or you'll hear shouts of crying and sadness from the people around them and their family members who have witnessed them dying, who are fighting against you and also trying to survive. So it really brings in a complete different element to the game in the sense that you're kind of going to be thinking about, well, do I want to take out this guy? I mean, he hasn't really done anything to me yet, but if I kill him, I'm going to hear his family cry in horror, which could be pretty interesting to play and could be pretty sad and weigh on your conscience as you go through the game. Now, Ellie's mobility in this game is sounding like it's going to be a lot more mobile than Joel. You're going to be able to reach higher places, jump further, and be able to get different vantage points on how you want to attack your enemies in The Last of Us 2. So that's really cool. I know with Joel, he was able to move around and he was able to get to places, but if you're going to be able to expand that and just kind of have a bigger scope, especially since the map is going to be a lot bigger in how you go about in different situations, that will be really interesting. Now, new to The Last of Us 2 will be the addition of upgrading your skills and choosing the path that you want to go down. So you're going to be able to focus either on survival, improving health, expanding how far you can listen and hear things, your combat abilities, your ability to throw stuff, how far you can throw, and little things like that. So it's very similar to other games, obviously, where you choose a path to go down and how you want to play the game. But that's cool to see that you're going to have to collect the supplements, and then you're going to have to unlock your abilities with these. Crafting is still there. You're going to be able to collect items, and you're going to have to craft things to improve your health, to restore your health, to get bombs and stuff like that. The ability to craft silencers for your guns and suppressors has now been added, so you're going to be able to, I think, find cans, and then you're going to be able to attach these to your weapons, which really will improve your stealth in the game. Now, another new feature is that Ellie is going to be able to crawl, so you're going to be able to hold circle and just hit the ground. And basically, this is going to help you in stealth and help with not being seen and evading enemies, which is really cool. Just another system that is put in place that if you want to be that stealth type of player will really help you out. And if there's grass, you can just dive into the grass too, which, I mean, if you're out in the open and there's nowhere to hide behind, or there's no house to go into or anything like that, you can just dive into the tall grass. Now, there's a new infected that was also revealed, and this is called the Shamblers. And basically, they spray out this gassy type of acid that will cause a ton of damage to you if you get hit with it. So you're obviously going to want to avoid the Shamblers, but that's cool that we've learned about a new enemy. And there will also be guard dogs, so when you're going to attack other survivors in the game, there will be guard dogs patrolling that you're going to have to avoid as well. And I feel like that's going to make attacking these survivors a lot harder, especially if you're trying to be stealthy. You're not just going to have to take into account these survivors finding you or getting into their line of sight, but you're going to have to take into account faster enemies like the guard dogs running around and patrolling. And then obviously, if the dog sees you, you're going to have to choose if you want to kill the dog or not. But overall, this game sounds like it's going to be insanely hard on your conscience, insanely hard on your morals, and just gonna be very realistic to what it would probably be like if there was a zombie apocalypse. And I cannot wait to get my hands and play this game, because this game, I think, is going to be generational defining in the sense of how it plays and just how good everything looks and feels and how realistic it is to what it would really be like in real life. And that is something that I think we haven't really seen from a game in a very long time now. Red Dead Redemption 2 was almost like that, but I wasn't a big fan of that game, and I'm hoping that this game really grabs my attention and really lives up to the hype that I have for it, because I was extremely hyped for Red Dead Redemption 2, and I found that game let me down, although I am in the minority for that, obviously. But Last of Us, the first one, was one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm hoping that The Last of Us Part 2 really lives up to my hype and expectations from the first game. Now, beside all of that information we got on the single player gameplay, we got another big piece of news that may be disappointing to some, but to me, I don't really care, is they are not having any multiplayer in The Last of Us 2. I don't really think this is a big deal because this is a single player game at its heart. This is where the game thrives. And if they take those resources that they were going to put into multiplayer and are creating a bigger, more robust world, then I'm completely okay with that. And to be completely honest with you, I probably would never even touch the multiplayer in The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I know there will be some disappointment in this. I know that some people did play The Last of Us 1's multiplayer a decent amount, but you won't be able to play it for The Last of Us Part 2 because it won't be there. But if you want to play The Last of Us multiplayer, I guess you could go back to The Last of Us Remastered and play the multiplayer in there. So that's it, guys. We got a bunch of news drop about The Last of Us Part 2 coming out on February 21st, 2020. I'm extremely excited. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Let me know if you're disappointed that there's no multiplayer. I would love to hear from you. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.